Hello, today I'm going to show you how to create a recursive infinite zoom world using AI-generated images. An infinite zoom video is created from what's called an image stack. Each image in the stack contains a smaller version of the previous image centered inside of it. To build these stacks, I use a tool called Scenexpa, but you can copy this workflow with any image generator you like. Once the image stack is ready, I bring it into Pyralayer. Pyralayer is a compositing and motion rendering tool I designed to turn structured image stacks into smooth zoom animations. Instead of manually keyframing zooms in a video editor, it automatically converts the stack into continuous motion. Both apps used in this tutorial can be purchased on Gumroad, and I have included the links in the description. In Scenexpa, there are different modes you can select. You can change between them in the top right corner up in the settings in the app. The mode we're going to be using today is the zoom out mode. It's going to help us with speeding up the process of creating these image stacks that we need for our infinite zoom videos. First, you want to either generate or upload a 1024 by 1024 sized image to be the first image of the stack. The ideal first image in the stack is an image created with the thought in mind that the last image in the stack should fit within it. I've picked this swirling galaxy type image to start. Once the first image is ready, you will want to adjust the zoom out shrink percentage. The lower the value, the more each image will shrink into the next. For this tutorial, I'm setting this to 30. If you find the blue box annoying, it can be turned off with the show shrink guide box toggle. Once you are all set, enter your prompt for the next generation and hit enter. Try to envision what you want to see the image extend into next. I'm going to try and generate a close-up of an eye. When it generates, you will see that the previous image is now at the center of this new image. Alright, now we can see we got an image of an eye like we wanted, with the previous image in the center. You can use the arrows on the sides here to navigate through images you have generated, or use the Manage Journey Order window to manage their order or remove them. The red X in the top right of each image can also be used to remove them. The app will generate using the image that is currently being viewed, so if you don't like a generation, you can easily try again. And we got an image of another eye. I think I liked this one better. So, I'm going to remove the one that I do not like. Then all we have to do is describe what we want to see next, and the next image generated will then contain this current image within it. Next, I think I'm going to describe the face of an animal and see what we get. Alright, I like that. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to keep this simple and easy, not worry too much about what it looks like or tiny imperfections or anything like that. Alright, so I described this animal face kind of breathing everything into reality, and we kind of got this, so I will show you one thing though. If you go to in-paint mode, it gives you the option to fix up some things. This is useful if you like an image but want to change part of it. In in-paint mode, enable the circular eraser. There are two modes, erase to blank and mark for recreation. Use erase to blank when you want a more drastic change in the image. Use mark for recreation when you want a slight change. Right now, I'm going to go and use mark for recreation. Once you have marked the area you want to change, select the area of the image you want the AI to consider, and enter your prompt to generate the image. It's also important not to erase too much of the center of the image, and you'll see that it has updated the area. Not perfect, but we'll go with it. Alright, back to zoom out mode. Time to continue imagining what to extend out to next. And that's what I think makes this so much fun, is that you have creative freedom to really steer the video in any direction that you can within the limits of the current image that you have. This time, let's go with a top-down view of some street art with the artist nearby looking at it and see what we get from that. Cool, that one's pretty good. Now let's see if we can extend it out further into a city block or something. Just do that and then we'll click generate. And there we go, there's our city block. Top-down view. Looks pretty good. Now let's do another one. Let's extend it to a close-up view of an ornament. Alright, I guess that's too extreme. Let's try just a Christmas ornament. Yeah, there we go. So that works. Like I said, I'm not trying to make this one perfect. I'm just trying to show you guys the workflow. Alright, next let's do a room for this Christmas tree. There we go. And now let's extend the room a little bit further out. There. Now I'm going to do one more that's going to hopefully make this easier to nest into the first image. And you will see what I mean right away. Okay, so we got this one. This should work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this image. I'm going to go to in paint mode. Remember, you can do that up in the top right corner of the settings up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that image that you just saved and we're going to nest it in the very first image of the image stack. So go back to the very first image in the image stack using the arrows, and then you're going to want to click import, and you're going to click the image you just saved and import it. You're going to see it pop up. Then you want to hold down Control and then press the down arrow key on your keyboard. And you want to shrink the image until it's the shrink percentage that you were using in zoom out mode. We were using 30 for the tutorial. And again, if you find this box annoying, after you've shrunken it, you can hide it with the toggle box. It's extremely important to remember to scroll down in the settings and click Commit Import. Once you've done that, enable your eraser. For this, I like to use Erase to Blank. Draw right around the edges of the imported image. You don't want to go too much into the imported image, but you can get the lip and everything will be fine. This is actually probably the trickiest part of the entire thing, but with iterating and inpainting and usually a couple attempts, you're able to get a seamless transition between the image you imported, which is your last image in the stack, and the first image now in the stack. So you want to select the whole area and generate what you feel will make them merge the best. I'm going to choose like a wormhole type description, hit generate. And yeah, okay. It's not the greatest, but I'll go with that. And I'll delete the Erase to Blank version and the original imported version. And there, this will be our very first image of the image stack now. So what you want to do is you want to save this image. A little tip, I'd save them in numbers in order, so it's easier for you later. All right, so you can see this image is now at the end of our journey. If we go to the beginning, our original first image is still there. So you want to go to the second image, and you want to take that image we just created, and you want to import it onto the second image and shrink it down to the same percentage as before, which for us is 30. Once you've done that, you want to go over here. Change edge inset to 40. This is going to hide the edge a bit and make it fit back to look how it did before. Again, don't forget to hit commit import. Once you've done that, save the image. I'm going to save the image in the order. So this is 2, and now I'm going to go back, and we're going to go back to the third original image in our image stack and repeat the process again. This time taking the image we just did, importing it, shrinking it down to 30%, setting edge inset to 40, committing the import, and saving the image. And then we repeat again with the fourth original image in our image stack. We import the latest image we just saved. And we shrink it down. Set the inset to 40. And commit the import. Save the image in order. And then we repeat the process again. And we do this up until the 6th original image in the image stack. The point of doing this is to nest in the original image all the way to the point where you can no longer see it. Otherwise, if you didn't do this, you would see a jump in the video and it wouldn't be a smooth recursive world. So this step is very important. And then we save this image. And we do it one last time. Import the image, shrink it down to our percentage we used, set edge inset to 40, commit the import, After you have repeated this up to image 6 in the stack, you will need to open the Journey Manager. Inside the Journey Manager, you will need to remove the first 6 images in the stack. Do this by selecting the image. The selected image will be the blue highlighted image in the Journey Editor. With the image selected, click the Remove button, and then click Yes. Once you have removed all of the original 6, you will want to replace them with the 6 that we just created. You can do this by highlighting them and then moving them to the correct spot in the journey. So highlight the image, type the number of the spot you want it to go to, and click Move. Do this for all 6, move them to the beginning, and you should end up with an image stack that has the last image nested within the first. There. And there's one last thing we have to do, and that's we have to add an image to the sequence. The image we have to add is the very first image of the image stack. So now if we open our Journey Manager window, we can see that the very first image is the same as the last image, and that's exactly what we need to make this video recursive. Once your image stack is all set, you can export the journey as a zip file. This automatically keeps the order of the stack intact. Once your zip folder has been saved, go to it and extract it. You will see another folder appear called Images. This will have your image stack in it. Once that's done, open Pyralayer and click Import Folder. Find the folder you extracted the image stack in and click OK. And the images will load into the app. The most important part is to make sure you set the shrink used when generating images to the correct value. Since we used 30 when creating the image stack, that's what I need to set this to. Next thing to set is speed. Its default is 1.5. I'm going to change this to 1.3 because lower values make the zoom go faster. This checkbox here will let you choose whether the video zooms in or zooms out. The rest of the render settings we can leave alone for this tutorial. Then at the bottom here we have some optional visual effects. If you want, you can make the video rotate or pulse to an audio file you provide, or add wavy effects to it. I'm just going to leave these all off for now. Once you have the settings that you want, hit Render Video. And there you go. It's as easy as that. Pyralayer does the rest of the work and makes the video. With these tools, you can make these cool infinite zoom videos in no time. If you're someone who likes creating things, this is an extremely fun thing to try. Thanks for watching the tutorial. I hope you found it helpful.